I was scared, you know, when I was coming to work and you have, you know, Janet who lives here and then Nadia, all that, and they were like, oh no, I'm fine, you know, don't think about it. And I was really, really scared, like to the point where I was thinking, oh, I don't really want to go to London and like a train station. And it's weird because I've had this whole new, I don't know whether it's since the Manchester and the way people have reacted to that and their resilience has made me feel braver, that I just think now, you know what, I'm not going to stop living because of these murderers. You can't stop living. And it's that thing, you worry about airports, you worry about, it can be anywhere. So what you're going to do, just lock your doors,
Never go.
you know.
But it also you must have been brought up in Ireland during the Troubles.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember unfortunately, such awful things happen on such a regular basis at home for many, many years that it almost became the norm. And that's a horrendous sentence to ever have to say, but it sort of did. And my dad was a musician in bands and was pubs and clubs and things like that, and there was an awful period where things were happening in pubs where people were being shot just randomly, and I used to take almost quite like panic attacks in the evening until I could hear my dad come back. We had little stones outside the house, and every time the car would drive on the stones, you'd hear the stones, and I go, oh, he's home. And that could be 4 o'clock in the morning, he's home and he's safe. But that, unfortunately, I didn't want him to have to go to work, but he had to go to work. And so that's where normal life has to continue in spite of how you feel.
Has that not scarred you?
I think yes, I think it probably does, and don't get me wrong, I've got many people back home were affected much worse than I ever was. Some awful things happened, but it is a real testament to how people deal with it around you, because you have to unfortunately pick yourself up and continue, or everything shuts down. So when I watched the concert last night, I thought it was so important, more than anything, that those young boys and girls saw that there is still goodness in the world.
Yes.
They were there last night celebrating life,
restoring their faith,
and restoring their faith that there are good people out there. It's not all bad.
And that's why I think on social media we need to be careful, because there's still a lot of scaremongering going on, and hatred actually between each other. You know, there's arguments going on, and I think the whole thing about last night was saying these are all good people, and actually people going up and hugging strangers, and then it was about that,
you know, bed and breakfast and everything.